You think moving into a retirement home is the final step to peace and rest, right? Oh, if only someone had warned me. I thought I was ready. I packed my things, waved goodbye to the house I raised my kids in, and walked into my new community with high hopes. But within the first week, I realized I'd made not just one mistake, but several. Costly ones, lonely ones no one talks about. If you're even thinking about moving into a retirement home, or you've just unpacked your last box, please, hear me out. These are the 4 mistakes I wish someone had told me to avoid. I came in smiling. I brought cookies. I introduced myself with a cheery, "Hi, I'm new here." And you know what I got? Blank stares, side eyes, the occasional tight-lipped smile. I thought retirement homes were full of bingo nights and potlucks. What I didn't know is that many residents have been there for years. They've built their routines, their cliques. And newsflash, not everyone wants new company. It was like walking into a high school cafeteria in my 70s. I felt out of place, and honestly, a little hurt. But here's what I learned. Don't take it personally. Friendships take time. People are guarded for reasons you can't always see. Maybe they've lost someone. Maybe they're scared. Maybe they're just not ready to welcome someone new. So I stopped trying to be instantly liked. I focused on being kind, consistent, and available. I joined one small group activity and kept showing up. And slowly, very slowly, one woman asked me to sit beside her at lunch. That was the start of everything. I also noticed the quieter residents had the most to share, but they needed to trust you first. So I started having small hallway chats, giving compliments, asking gentle questions, no pressure. And eventually doors started to open. One gentleman even invited me to his weekly chess game after 3 weeks of polite nods. It took patience, yes. But the relationships that came out of it, so much deeper than surface-level hellos. Lesson? Don't expect immediate warmth. Let people come around at their own pace. And don't take closed doors as permanent rejections. They're just waiting for the right knock. When I moved in, I wanted it to feel like home, fast. So I hung up every picture, unboxed every trinket, filled every corner with memories. But by the end of week 2, I was overwhelmed. My new room felt cramped, too busy, like I was trying to force my past life into a space that hadn't even had time to breathe. Worse, I realized I didn't need half the stuff I'd brought. What I learned? Start slow. Live in the space a little. See what you actually use. See what makes you feel calm and comforted. Not just what reminds you of before. One woman down the hall, she left her walls bare for a month, slowly added paintings from her grandchildren. Now her space feels warm, not cluttered. I ended up reboxing a lot of my things. And honestly, it felt like a weight lifted. I started adding items one by one. A favorite photo here, a small lamp there. I gave myself permission to let my space evolve with me, rather than forcing it to match who I used to be. One big change? I created a quiet corner. Just a cozy chair, a small bookshelf, and soft lighting. No decorations, no clutter, just peace. Now that corner is my favorite place. I sip tea there every morning and read until my heart feels full. So yes, make your space yours, but don't rush. Your new chapter deserves its own personality, not just a mirror of the old one. Oh, this one. I felt like I had to join every activity, say yes to every invitation, sign up for every group. Why? Because I didn't want to seem rude. I didn't want to waste the opportunities I was lucky to have. But 2 weeks in, I was exhausted, overscheduled, drained. I realized I traded one kind of pressure for another. Just because you're retired doesn't mean you're not allowed to say no. It's okay to want quiet mornings. It's okay to skip karaoke night. It's okay to sit on your porch and just be. Balance is everything. I learned to pick the few things that brought me genuine joy, not the ones that simply filled my calendar. It's not about being busy. It's about being fulfilled. I once joined 3 committees in a week. I thought I was being social, but I ended up feeling like I had a second job. Now, I've narrowed it down to 1 book club and occasional movie nights, and it's perfect. I give myself space to breathe, and I no longer apologize for needing rest, because peace, real peace, is not a luxury. It's a necessity. I made the mistake of thinking of the staff as background characters. They're not. They're the heart of the place. And how you treat them? Oh, it makes a difference. The woman who brings my meals remembers I like tea, not coffee. The maintenance guy fixed my leaky faucet faster because I took time to learn his name. The nurse who checks in on me every evening once told me she appreciated how I always smiled at her first. These people are people, not just employees. And when you build relationships, genuine ones, your quality of life improves tenfold. Don't be demanding, be decent. Treat staff like extended family, and this place starts to feel a lot more like home. I've had real conversations with staff about their lives, their kids, their worries. And guess what? They opened up, and that changed everything. Now, they don't just knock and leave. They pause, they check in, they care. So please, remember, respect goes both ways. And kindness, it costs nothing but gives you everything. So, if you're standing at the edge of this new chapter, or already living it, take a deep breath. You're not doing it wrong. You're just learning. Moving into a retirement home isn't the end of something. It can be the beginning of something beautiful, but only if you walk in with open eyes, a little patience, and the wisdom to avoid the mistakes I made. If this spoke to you, stick around. There's more where that came from. Subscribe to Elder Words, where your story matters, your voice is honored, and your experience leads the way.